All right, and my last push on homework for the day. I've got a lot of it done today, over half of it. Writing inverses. So the rules for writing inverses are pretty simple. First thing you do is you swap x and y. Second thing you do is you solve for y. The third thing you do is you replace y with something that is read as f is the inverse of x. Okay? So 58 is the easy one. It's the one that anybody should be able to do. Doesn't mean they can. Now remember, f of x is y, which 1 in 3 kids don't know, which makes 58 hard for them to do. But anyways, this becomes x, and that x becomes y. And then we resolve. This is y equals mx plus b crap. Add 1, divide by 4. And I'm just going to leave it like that, okay? You can divide each piece by 4 if you want, but, there's nothing wrong with a rational function. X plus 1 over 4. Ta-da! 59. 59 got fractions. Big freaking whoop. That becomes x, and every place I see an x, I am a y. I'm going to clear the fraction. I'm going to 5 everything, which is a technique I've taught you repetitively. 5x is negative 3y plus 7. Subtract my 7. 5x minus 7 is a negative 3y. And I'm going to divide by negative 3, and I'm going to do this piece by piece because I see an opportunity to clear out that negative symbol in between them. And I'm going to go ahead and replace that y with the inverse of x. I'd have negative 5/3 x. And then what? Plus 7/3. That's mx plus b. Good with it. There's my inverse. 60, we got a cubic. The opposite of cubing would be cube rooting. Need to be thinking about that. X is a y cubed minus 2. Add 2. X plus 2 is y cubed. The opposite of cubing is cube rooting. You can use radicals or exponents. I don't really have a preference. You just have to know both. I'm actually just going to stick with exponential form because in higher level math, we use exponential form. We don't use radical form. We use exponential form. So this gives me x plus 2 to the 1/3 is y. And again, the last thing you do is replace y with the inverse of f of x. So the inverse of f of x is x plus 2 to the 1/3 power. I do know that that is the same as writing it like this. You have to know that. I'm just saying we use exponential notation. We don't use radical notation in higher level math. Not everything's a square or a cube. It's just too easy. This is just saying for this to be true, x has to be bigger than 0. It's not anything you need to worry about. I probably won't even talk about it this year. But anyways, swap x and y, rinse and repeat, same crap over and over. Add 9. The opposite of the 4th power, obviously the 4th root, better known as the 1/4 power. And ta-da, so long as x is greater or equal to 0. 62 have a fraction. Big deal. First thing I would do would be clear the fraction. That's supposed to be a y, isn't it? Add the 6. Divide the 2. I just leave it as a singular fraction. And then take the cubic root. That's how hard these are. 63 is a little bit rougher. It's actually a lot a bit rougher because it's a true rational expression. You got pieces of x up top and pieces of x down low, so it's way harder. Anyways, first step, and you've actually done some stuff like this on your basics quizzes, so some of you guys will recognize the technique that's being taught. That becomes x. I've had numerous kids stare at this and tell me, and just they stare at this and they want there to be a pattern to these things, and there kind of is, but there kind of isn't. So, but they never seem to believe me until it's too late. Anyways, what I would do is I would 2y plus 3 both sides. Cancellation on the right. Distribute the x. 2yx plus 3x is negative 3y minus 4. Y is on one side, numbers x, everything else on the other. I'm going to move this 3y left. So I'm going to jump that 3x over the other side. I notice both pieces have a y. I can divide by 3 plus 2x. So the inverse is going to be negative 3x minus 4 over 2x plus 3. And ta-da, done. And I need to stop because it's time for me to get on to my next task of the day. So this was, believe it or not, the Monday you weren't here, so I will see all of you guys tomorrow, which will be Tuesday, January 3rd.